Hello, welcome to Switched On. Paul speaking, and going to have a quick look at a new game that's just come out today called Eternal. It's a card game, a little bit like Hearthstone, although it's likened a little bit more to Magic the Gathering, somewhere between the two. Good day today to be a frugal gamer on the Switch. We've had 2 free games come out today. Obviously, Asphalt came out earlier, Asphalt 9 Legends, which is a really cool car racing game. And we've got this here that came out this evening. This is, as I said, a sort of collectible card game, deck building game. And if you have played Hearthstone, obviously you'll recognise it very quickly. It's very similar in terms of aesthetics, but has that, say, Magic the Gathering feel to it a little bit more depth than Hearthstone. So we're just going to play through some of the early levels here, just to show you what's going on. I've played this quite a bit on my iPad, because the good thing about this game, and this may well be one of the first Switch games to have this, but this game is actually cross-platform multiplayer, but also cross-platform accounts as well. So if you've already played Eternal on your phone or iPad or tablet or PC, you can link your account up here and sync all your gameplay up, and whatever you play on the Switch likewise gets synced back up to your main account. So well worth creating an account. I'm not sure if you get anything free. Sometimes creating an account will give you some free gems or free cards or something like that. Not sure if there's any bonuses like that, but certainly worth signing up for an account with Direwolf Digital, the makers of the game, who also recently bought us the Switch conversion of a board game called Raiders of the North Sea, which was an excellent board game. Review of that on the channel as well if you want to check that out. But here we are. So we're going to start on these early tutorial levels. The only problem with these tutorials, I say problem, it's not really a problem because it does teach you the basic mechanics, but they're pretty much unskippable, and to be honest they do drag on a bit, but stick with them. I'm obviously not going to go through them all here. It's going to take you a good few hours to get through the tutorials, but play through them. There's a little sort of story, I think it's like 6 chapters, 4, 5, 6 chapters, something like that. Different characters, introduces you to lots of different mechanics. Play through them, and then you'll be ready to play against other people online and for the rest of the campaign. So I'm going to have to get used to the controls here, because obviously the iPad uses touchscreen. So first thing we do, get in a surprise attack with your gunslinger. I'm the gunslinger character at the bottom of the screen, who's Jack the Bounty Hunter, and I'm taking on Kurox the Collector, who's the dragon there on the left hand side.
Get in a surprise attack with your gunslingers.
So I've selected both the gunslingers and then ZR to attack. And there we go. It's done some damage. You see the red number there on the character plate. That's the character's health. So the dragon's got 7 health. We've got 4 health at the moment. Alright, dragon, calm down. So it's now the dragon's turn. He's played a card out. And the second card out. Now the numbers on the cards.
In this line of work,
get this bit of dialogue out of the way.
Prepared. Use your spells to take down those dragons.
So I'll just go through some of the mechanics a little bit. So the 2 cards that we've got out in play that are highlighted in green in the middle of the screen, they are some of our minions that we can use to attack. The numbers here on the cards, they do 11. 11. Where am I getting that from? 2 damage in yellow. And then the red number is the health of the unit. So when you attack another character or another minion, you both deal damage at the same time. So if the minion I'm highlighting here with my arrow, the one that's a 2 attack and 2 health, if I attack this dragon that's got 6 attack and 4 health, I would basically do 2 damage to his 4 health, and he would do his 6 damage to my 2 health. So he would effectively kill me. Health levels after a round of combat reset. So that 2 damage that I did to him isn't persistent. So after I've dealt my damage, he will reset back to 4 health. Hope you're following that. It all makes sense when you play through the tutorials. Now down the bottom, these are your new cards that get dealt off your deck on the right hand side there. If you look a little bit just to the right of where it says end turn at the bottom, that's your deck. Every round of the game you get a new card dealt out randomly from your deck, and eventually you'll start getting new cards that you can put into your deck, and you'll begin to build your own sort of decks up that synergize and work best for your playstyle. The blue numbers, sorry, I was just thinking what to explain. But the blue numbers on those cards there, see, one's got a 5, one's got a 2. That's the cost to play that card. Now, if you look to the left-hand side, underneath where it says Jack the Bounty Hunter, there's a little sort of UI plate there. And you can see the number 8 of 8. Basically, every round, the amount of points that you can spend goes up by 1. So we'll go up to 9 of 9. And every time I play a card, the first number there gets reduced. So if I played this card here, the 5 that I'm highlighting, my points at the moment would go down to 3 of 8. So basically I've got 8 points to spend on playing cards, basically. So it's saying I should use this card, this spell card, and I can choose who to target. So it's suggesting that I target this character.
Gun down the other dragon.
And you can see there that card that I just played cost 2 points. And what I was saying there on the left hand side, underneath where it says Jack the Bounty Hunter, my points have gone down to 6 now. I've got 6 points left out of that original 8 that I have at the start of my turn to spend. So you can see the card that I've got left is going to cost 5 points to play, and I've got 6 points left, so playing this card is absolutely fine. And it's going to do damage here. The first couple of tutorials, just bear with this, is because it doesn't really explain what or why it's doing. It just sort of tells you what to do, but it doesn't tell you why necessarily, so it doesn't really overwhelm you with too much at first. So just bear that in mind. Just stick with it and you'll pick it up. If you like sort of card games and strategy games, you should pick this up, no problems. So it's now saying with those 2 units gone, I can get attacks in on the dragon, because generally you have to get rid of the protecting units first. So I've selected those 2 characters to do my attack. And then I can either come down to the bottom where it says attack, or press ZR to initiate the attack. And they both do 2 damage to the dragon.
When will you learn, gunslinger? I'll end you myself.
So there he's going to play his cards from his deck. All these decks are themed when you play against the AI. So you can see he's got lots of sort of dragon and dinosaur characters in his deck. There will be a way of seeing what your cards do. I just don't know what button it is yet. It hasn't explained that, but there will be. You can sort of zoom in on your cards and see exactly what they do. But like I said, early tutorials, they don't really tell you why you're doing stuff. They just basically hold your hand and tell you exactly what to do. Like this here, it's saying shoot Kuroks with your last bullet. So it's just suggesting that you press last bullet here. And with this magic attack, we can actually bypass these minions and directly attack the main character, which is the dragon there, Kuroks. So we'll do that. We'll do 3 damage, and that will take his health points down to 0, and off he slopes. So apologies if that's been slightly confusing or a bit overwhelming. Try to give you as much basic information as I can. If you've played these sort of games before, it'll make a lot more sense. If you are brand new to these sort of games, as I say, the tutorials here, if you pay attention, are really straightforward. You just have to stick with them. You'll pick it up really easily. Don't let it overwhelm you.
I'd had better days.
So here's the next little bit of story.
Walked a long road to get to that tree. Never guessed my road would finish with me dancing on the end of a rope, but so it did. And this here truth is the one thing that ain't nobody telling you.
I'm just skipping through this as well. It doesn't normally go this fast.
Vara. Now there's a story for those who will hear it. The Shadowlands will rot your insides and dry you out.
So we move on to the next character in the tutorial sort of story. This is Vara. She's got a slightly different sort of deck. I'm just play through this one, see how this goes. Not this video to go on too long, but I just thought I'd give you a nice idea of this game. It's free to download anyway, so worth a try if you like the look of it.
It's nothing I can't handle. Your enemy
You can see there if we look
units. Attack with your gunslinger.
Just wait for it to stop talking. If you look at things we spoke about in the last tutorial there, on the left hand side underneath the name Vara, she starts with 6 points available. And as I say, every turn that point will go up by 1. You can sort of modify that as well. Different cards will allow you to get extra bonus points and stuff. So she's got 6 points, but first we're in our attacking phase, so we're going to use this gunslinger. We've selected him and press attack. And he'll do 3 points of damage.
When your enemy runs out of health. Play the elf by dragging it from your hand.
So here we go. So they're starting to explain a few more things now. So Ravenous Thornbeast is playing their cards.
Select both of your units so they can attack together. Select.
And you see, we're going to do our attack.
Your opponent chose to block your elf.
Now let's explain about blocking. When you do attack to the enemy, or the enemy does attack to you, you can choose, if you've got units out in the battlefield, you can choose to block the attack if you wish, but you have to pay attention to those yellow and red numbers. You know, if it's worth risk losing a unit, or you can just not block at all and allow the attack damage to get through to your main character. There will be reasons for doing that, which will become clear as you play the game, but for now it's suggesting that Ravenous Stormbeast has blocked one of my attacks.
Now you can play Back Alley Bouncer from your hand.
So playing this 4-point card out into the battlefield. And in shorthand terms, we would say that he's a 4-3, 4 attack and 3 shield or health.
Units that are unblockable can't be blocked by enemy units, making them great attackers that can slip past enemy defenses.
So that makes sense. A lot of these cards will have these sort of keywords on. So this keyword on this card is unblockable. You can view the keywords at any time. Once the game gets a little bit further in, you can sort of bring up the explanations of the cards, and it highlights the keywords on the cards as well. So this one's unblockable. So as it says there, units, when she attacks, basically I can't block any of that damage. It will just get through.
Each enemy unit can only block one attacker. If you attack with both units, your enemy can only block one of them. Each enemy unit can only block...
So we could play this card as well if it will let us. It won't. So the tutorial is quite rigid, so it won't let you do anything that it doesn't want you to do.
That Lethrai Nightblade should help.
So now it's Sam who can play this card. So it's the enemy's turn, playing their cards. So I played a card called Death Strike, which will just let them take one of their units straight off the battlefield without having to fight it. This card has allowed them to put 3 different beasts out.
I've done enough running.
Weapons are played on your units. They provide bonuses to strength, health, and sometimes have additional effects.
So we've got a weapon here. It's worth, if we have a closer look while the card's zoomed in, it's going to cost us 6 points to play this card. That's the number in blue at the top. And it's also going to give us +6 attack and +6 defense to the card that we play it on. So if you can just see in the background there, I don't know if you can make it out, but on the battlefield we've got a card out at the moment that's a 2-2, so 2 attack, 2 health. If we play this Shadowlands Axe onto that card, it will then give it 8 attack and 8 health, because it's adding 6 to the 2 and 2 that's already on there.
Drag
so
that
hopefully
axe to your
we will do that. So that's what it's suggesting we do now. So we're going to play that 6-6 card. We've got 6 points to play on the left hand side, so we can play it. And as I say, we're going to apply it to our unit that's on the battlefield and boost its attack and defense by 6 points. So you can see now it becomes an 8-8.
Those beasts won't be able to block it.
And if you remember from earlier, this card has the keyword unblockable, so I can get through without having to take out those 3 minions in front of me, I can get straight through to Ravenous Stormbeast and deal 8 damage, which, if you can see his number in red there, is the amount of health he's got. So this will end this fight because I will kill him effectively. So there we go.
That wasn't so tough.
Patience, girl.
Now, I might do a follow-up video to this once I get through the tutorials and get onto some of the other gameplay, maybe some multiplayer stuff, maybe get to the deck building parts as well to show you those. But I just wanted to jump on early with a quick video, just because I reckon a lot of people would have missed this because it went live so late. And it's also already kind of buried in the eShop already. It's about 2 or 3 rows down. It's not sort of the latest game showing up. And, you know, I know a lot of people sort of like Hearthstone, been wanting Blizzard to port that to the Switch. Doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon. There's been no sort of chat about that, as good as that would be. But this is a really, really good game. A lot of people play this on mobile. It's really popular. There's actually a World Championships 2020 World Championships of Eternal coming up. So it's a very popular game. If you're looking to get into like a strategy card playing game, highly, highly recommend this. As I say, I've already played, sort of getting on for 10 hours on my iPad. So it's a shame I've got to play through these tutorials and can't skip them. But there you go, we'll get through that. But if you've got any questions about this one, drop me a comment below. Obviously, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And as I say, I will try and follow it up. But if you need any help, let me know. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.